dies.
Hello and welcome to another Unofficial Maritime Wrestling podcast interview. And once again, we are joined by the co-owners of Island Pro Wrestling, Justin Summers and the Deuce, Adam Doucette. How's it going, gentlemen?
Going great.
Going awesome. I'm living off the high of the show, man.
The post-show high is no joke, eh? It's
not
it's
at all
special, man. I couldn't imagine. So, going into your first show, what were you hoping to accomplish? What were the goals?
Don't lose a bunch of money. Make sure that the talent wants to come back again. And really win the fans over again, because we're going through a rebirth here. Everybody who showed up to our show took a chance on us. And I like to think that chance paid off for them. I really hope so. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback and stuff since the show, but going into the show, the goals were don't fail and make sure people get their money's worth.
I selfishly also had a little goal to make sure we capture some awesome photos, some awesome videos, some awesome footage. So that was a big one too.
It's a good goal to have.
Yeah, considering we had zero content going into show number one, and here we are. We got stuff now. Yeah,
we didn't lean on any previous old regime content, so we just went with the promise. Here's a list of guys. Here's some promos from them, and we're gonna try to make a promise that it's gonna be a good time.
Even that, though, having the promos leading in and all those little things, right, gets that excitement going. What was the toughest part of putting everything together behind the scenes for you guys?
Last minute cancellation.
that was tough. Yeah. I don't love that at the 24-hour mark or whatever it was. But
yeah, we definitely got a do not fly list going on now. So.
I mean, you're learning. How did you go about building the card and picking the talent for the night? Because everything I've heard coming out is the fans are happy, the boys are happy. You guys came in here jacked, so everybody's happy.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
building the card.
Building the card.
How did you go about picking the talent that you wanted for the night?
I mean, we got to give Dwayne some major props here, too, because he really came through clutch. He had a vision. He was very, familiar with a lot of the talents from all the different training schools and stuff like that. So for him to be able to kind of, cherry pick some maybe not so well-known talent and mark them up with some known talent and provide, an equal opportunity for everybody, major kudos to Dwayne. I can't say that I would do that. He was able to pull it off. So
it's nice.
It's all a team effort.
It's nice having a guy that has the inside knowledge of what it is to be a wrestler, right?
100%.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to tell everybody I am not a wrestler. I am not the guy to be at the microphone like Deuce is either. I think we all seen that the other night. But at the end of the day, I'm here to help everybody showcase themselves to the best of their abilities. Dwayne is the kind of guy that's here to offer opportunities to the people that are deserving of them. Everybody in our team really rallied, especially come near the last 2 weeks of the show, and everybody just found their comfort zone. They're like, this is my area of expertise. This is what I'm going to contribute. Steve and Cody running production on the ring, setting up the ring. Chantel with all the administrative stuff. Chris, man, I can't say enough about Chris. That guy flew in from Alberta for the show and then flew out the next day. So,
wow.
That's some commitment there on his behalf, right? So, and then the Deuce, Deuce has been on it left, right, and center. Attaboy Deuce.
Yeah, and vision, direction, and kind of the whole everything came from Justin. So big team effort all the way across the board. It's awesome because everybody's got different skill sets. So there's some of us have our own kind of responsibilities. Some of us kind of share certain responsibilities in groups of 2, 3, or 4. There's a lot of overlap in different areas. It's awesome, having a team doing this.
Cool.
I told you I was your craziest friend now, Deuce.
Right?
The running
how you
joke
guys
for
appreciate
the
each
last
other.
week was like, hey, you want to buy a wrestling company? Like,
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great to hear. If you guys don't mind, actually, I have a couple of questions on my end as well, and I'm curious here as for what you both would have felt would have gone well during the night. What made the show what it was at the end of the night? Like, what are the highlights for both of you, even if it is elaborating on something we've already touched on?
So many things. So a big part for me was the environment. Just the environment we were able to create, the feel of the venue, having the lighting, the nice seating and everything. That kind of look and feel just kind of set the tone. In the end, it ended up being the fans in attendance. I've been to some shows in the past that they're a little dry here and there. And, they started getting behind it and they were loud and it was a good time. Lots of random chants breaking out.
Cool.
man, thank God we put barricades around the ring because there was people hanging off the barricades like they were ready to jump Zane Valentine and Eric, man.
Oh yeah. Just crazy. The shock and reaction of how things went too to some people. Some of my family members that were just stunned with how the main event went.
It's a small touch, but those barricades make it look so professional.
Yeah, buddy.
The production was great, but those barricades, just something about it, right? I don't know, man. Stellar.
The only thing that I wish we had done a little different was put some crash mats on the outside of the ring. So that way some of the talent could maybe move to the outside of the ring a little more fluently, I guess you could say. But having the barricades there, there was guys literally hanging off that thing. If they weren't in place, they would have been in the ring.
Yeah.
People were into it.
Cool.
Oh man, that's amazing. So PEI fans they're good. They're really good then.
I'll send you guys some videos in a messenger or something, but there was one guy, his name's Russell. He was down at the event and he was just paying wrestlers to give him a chop.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah, he took 3 chops that night. He took a chop from Pipes, he took a chop from Schimmel, he took a chop from Fantana. That guy's chest, the chest, man, the handprints on it was unbelievable.
The PEI fans can be crazy. Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to mention, you guys do some history stuff as well for the Maritimes, right?
Yeah.
There was a story when I was younger that Atlantic Grand Prix stopped coming to Charlottetown after altercations in the parking lot after the event, and I believe one of the heels' tires was slashed.
I had also heard that the tires were slashed too.
But they did continue to book in other parts of the island, but they never returned to Charlottetown.
Oh man!
Tell Zane to protect his tires. Got it.
Oh man! But now to kind of touch maybe on other things here, what caught you off guard? Is there anything that may not have gone as planned? Being maybe new owners of a company, right? That you may not have thought about, but that all of a sudden, oh God, yeah, right.
I don't know. Anything from you, Deuce? I'd have to think about that for a second.
There are a couple things. Timing, I'd like to tighten up on a little bit here and there. But that's that's not so bad. There's a few spots that we ended up with a little bit of gap of time. Cues might have been slightly off. I don't know if it translated onto the stream, but knowing what was planned in my head, and then seeing the execution where there's some little bumps and waves, we got through everything. But get that perfectionist mindset.
pretty much like the couple days leading up to it, I was just like, yeah, it's in God's hands now. We've done what we can. Like, we'll make sure our people are in place, but like at the end of the day, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So,
Oh man, sounds like a great time though. It seems like it went really really well, compared to what you may have expected even. Because I mean, let's face it, a first show I imagine can be rough to think about, but then kind of have it go that well, hopefully doesn't set your expectation too high for the next one, but hopefully goes as well.
I mean,
kind of more ready.
Yeah, like I was saying it on the podcasts that we've done prior to the show. I was like, mark my words, talent are going to want to come work for us, period. Because we're going to offer the best showcase for the talent to put on the best matches they can put on. Like, and I really feel, not to be facetious or anything, that we accomplished that goal. Like, we set the stage. The talent was there. Like, I mean, Deuce can attest to it. The boys were doing like a dry run in the ring prior to the show getting going. And when the production guys did a test on the pyro and the smoke and stuff like that,
Oh yeah,
everybody in that ring turned their head and they're like, "We got pyro!" Like they were jacked up. And like having the talent being that excited to go out there and perform, like I was backstage at one point watching Logan Green and Rick Owens get ready to go out. And like those guys are sitting there just vibrating because they know they're going out there to like a stage show and they're going to be presented appropriately. And the fans are all eager, wanting more because the last match was so good too. Like everybody performed awesome, both on the staff side, the venue side, the talent side, and the fan side. Like everybody was in it.
Good. Amazing to hear. I'm really, really proud of you guys, and I'm grateful that we have you guys at the helm of it for sure. And I guess in regards to the venue, or even like the crew, all of that, like once it got going, do you feel like how did they handle it? As mentioned, maybe even related to the venue, as I feel like we didn't touch as much on that.
I think the venue was surprised at the production that we were offering. I think they're like, "Oh, it's going to be a wrestling show at our venue," but then they weren't like, "Oh, it's a wrestling event at our venue." Like we put on an event, not just a match or two, right? So.
Yeah. So the pizzas were ready, right?
The pizzas actually don't talk about the pizzas. Okay, back to your previous question on like
there was burgers. There was burgers and fries.
There was burgers and fries, but man. The pizza guy, he must have called in sick that night or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh man. No, but that's all right. Man, nothing better than a good show.
Excellent. So, as new owners, you guys all mentioned how the wrestlers really enjoyed the pyros and the setup, and you mentioned that they did really well. Was there any like real standout performances for you guys?
Jeez, I don't know. There was a whole bunch, right? Like for the 4-way match was just a great kind of operation too, right? There was a lot of work that went into that to make sure the whole thing happened, with all of its highlights. So that was pretty cool. And I've never been firsthand present for 4-way yet myself. So that was my first time as a fan being, right there for one.
I still haven't got to watch the whole thing yet, but I'm working my way through it, and cool. I'm up to the AWOL and Dudes tag team match right now. And everything that I've seen has been awesome. Cool. I mean, I was running back and forth all night, right? So I didn't get to sit there and enjoy it as a fan as much as I would have liked to. But I think those backgrounds things they have to be done to make sure that everybody's being showcased appropriately, right? So
yeah. So I had the luxury of watching a decent amount of it myself, sitting at the announce table. But there was some operational stuff happening too. Had to make changes to the events and post tickets and stuff during the show.
Yeah, like we made sure to tickets ready for sale for IPW Game On, the heavyweights tournament that we're going to be doing here on June 7th. Like we made sure to that we had a little video to show that people got jacked up. They knew that they could leave tonight and buy their tickets for the next one after seeing what a great event they were at. So like yeah, kudos to you too, Deuce, for killing that there, buddy.
So my next question, since Justin was out running around mostly during the show, I'll point this one to Deuce, since you got to see most of it. How did the crowd react to some of the stories and like characters? Did they really bite onto the storylines, or are they not sure? Or?
They did, and the more the night went on, the more they got into it too, right? A lot of heat on Logan Green. It was later in the night, and he's good at running his mouth. So yeah, he got a lot of attraction, a lot of middle fingers for that fella. And like, yeah, there was literally children upset at the finish of the main event. They thought their savior was gonna save the belt for PEI, but
also,
yeah,
I'd like
literally upset.
I'd like to point out that that guy, what was his name, Gary. He showed up out of nowhere and was like, I've been on like the Chris Jericho cruises and like I've been like NXT and like everywhere. And that guy was flying the bird all night at the wrestlers. He was so hard into it.
Yeah. Ex-military. He was in 3 wars, he said. He had an AEW coat on. He was deep into it.
That dude is an indie wrestling fan. He's a wrestling fan, period. Like I told him, I said, come to the next event, man. Like it was a pleasure having you.
Cool. So we had touched base on this a little earlier about like this being your first show with no content. So based on the stuff that you guys did put out there, social media, posters, word of mouth, what did you guys think brought in the most amount of fans to the show?
Ooh.
I'm going to want to say the social media video clips we did because they heavily feature myself and some of my editing.
Hey!
But the posters were pretty stellar. We plastered those all around the island. We had team members up on either end of the island, getting them outside of Charlottetown too.
That I like same thing too, like the IPW street team that we started, and like we had people sign up for the street team, send us your mailing address. I'm gonna send you a fridge magnet and a couple stickers in the mail, right? Like just having that engagement between the promotion and the fans, they love it. They're so in whenever you're just like, hey, we appreciate you taking time for us because you don't even know us and you're still engaging.
Yeah, it's about getting in the know. It's what I mean. It's that little extra tidbit of being in the know, right?
Yeah, 100%. And like even at the show, we had I personally, Chris and I worked it was kind of I wanted to make sure I was there whenever people were coming through that door, and I was shaking hands and saying, thank you for putting your trust in me. Thank you for putting the trust in the team. Thank you for being here. So like at the start of the show, I met everybody as they were coming in. And at the end of the show, I was handshaking and fist bumping everybody on the way out. People congratulating us, like saying what a sick show it was. Like they can't wait for the next one. Like, man, unbelievable. I'm still running on that high.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, we touched on this a little bit earlier, but since the show's wrapped up, what kind of feedback have you been hearing from not only the fans, but the performers?
Terrible promotion. Never want to work for us ever again. Like,
that's what I thought.
So,
yeah.
Here's a snapshot. So I'm at the announce table. Might have been during the tag match. We might have been 3 matches deep into what was being streamed online, and my phone starts going off with people from the Maritimes involved in the wrestling industry inquiring about how they can get involved. So that was cool to see. Right?
Excellent.
We're not even done with the event. These people aren't here, and they're asking how they can chip in.
Sweet. That's a good problem to have.
yeah, and like even today, I'm still getting messages from talents, not just around the Maritimes, but like Ontario, Quebec, United Kingdom, like all over the place, being like, how do we get there? How do we get on your stage? Because that looked amazing. And like, man, that feeling of people congratulating all your hard work, it's like it's second to none. Like makes you feel like $1,000,000, right? Like you did something right. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing more motivating than that for sure.
So, what's something you're really proud of coming out of this show? Like, is there one moment that you're just like, that right there is my proudest moment right now?
watching Deuce sign autographs for fans.
Yeah, I did do that. Did
I
not
know you
expect to
did.
do that.
That's
Yeah. Did not expect that. Like I said, 6 weeks ago, if you told me I was going to buy a wrestling company and be signing autographs for fans, 6 weeks later, it's pretty crazy. I was one of the late additions in here.
Gonna need some merch.
Yeah. Well,
The
that
only-
is one of the proud moments. Actually, I'll run with this one. My majority of my family that had bought tickets and showed up had custom made T-shirts that just said the Deuce on them in the Kiss font.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
awesome. I met them at the door when they were coming in. I was like, "Oh, who are you here to see?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's wicked.
final question here. We've already heard that in June, it's Game On, correct?
You got it, man. It is
Game on.
definitely game on.
So that's the next show. Tournament will be starting, or is it a one-night tournament here? And what's the plan for this show?
Tournament will be starting at Game On.
Okay.
So we've got an 8-man tournament to be kicked off at Game On. Looking to land some female matches as well outside of the tournament. And that PEI championship, it's in the circuit now. It's already owned by someone, so we want to get that defended.
So I believe Fantana's already put a claim that he wants to be the next challenger. Could we see that match, Zane Valentine versus Fantana, at Game On?
It's a possibility. Like that dude rushed through the curtain with a fucking steel chair. So I mean, he obviously meant business coming out through that curtain, man. So that guy is fantastic. Like he should be fantastic instead of Fantana because like even behind the scenes, what a solid guy. Like
Yeah,
just
he's a
a
really nice
good dude. Like
Yeah, all around fantastic person.
and like yeah, like hardcore into the Moncton Training Center and stuff. Like just that guy is the embodiment of like what a wrestler wants to do.
Yeah,
There's nobody that'll ever get a no for a picture from Fantana. He's there for every fan until they're gone. He's a vet. He's been around. Can't say enough good things about Fantana. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I got a signed picture of him and his cat Mojo.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did the cat sign it too?
no, the cat didn't sign it. I wish.
All right. Maybe someday.
I got it up in the IPW office now, Deuce.
Nice.
Yeah.
So before we end this, any final words to your fans?
Game on, baby.
And with that, that'll be the end of this episode. A big thank you to Justin Summers and the Deuce, Adam Doucette. Don't forget, it's June
7th.
7th. That's what I thought it was. I wasn't sure. So June 7th, IPW Game On, the tournament to crown a brand new IPW Heavyweight Champion of the World will start. If you're in the area, make sure to get your tickets. Maybe we'll be there. Don't know yet. I know I'll be working, but stranger things have happened.
You guys got to get over to a show. You have to.
Oh
We
yeah.
have
Oh
to.
yeah.
Like it's a not even like you have to.
Oh, yeah.
Just make
There's
sure there's
always
there.
Twitch in the meantime.
That's right. Yeah.
make sure Mark gets pizza.
And I mean, just quickly, even touching on the Twitch thing, I was like blown away that we had that many people watching the Twitch stream.
It was unbelievable.
And like we did it as like a proof of concept, and like who knows, maybe the next time we'll do like a buy donation, but eventually like we'll probably build that to like a small paywall or something because there's a market there and like people were
Absolutely.
loving it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%, man.
Yeah.
What were the numbers?
Oh man, I think it was like 183 people streaming it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Not bad.
Yeah, so like that, like unique viewers or whatever they call it. I forget how the breakdown of the summary was, but it was unbelievable. It blew my mind. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, let's put it on there for like some of our friends and family who can't make the show. And then all of a sudden it just became this like cult following throughout the show. Like, it was,
Well, that's what you
Your
want.
first show.
Following.
It's only going to grow, man. It's only going to grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, thank you again, and we will see you guys next time.
thanks again, boys.
Great. See you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember to catch us here every Wednesday for a new episode. Please visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and more. Links are in the description. See you next time.
Don't miss out